What happens when you stop caring about her? Does she forget you, or does it completely change how she sees you? Here's the truth. When you stop caring, you shift the entire dynamic, and it's more powerful than you might think. In this video, we'll uncover exactly what happens in her mind when you detach, and how this single move can transform not only the relationship, but also your self-worth. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss this. Section 1. Why caring too much pushes her away. Caring too much might seem like the ultimate way to show love or commitment, but for many women, it can come across as suffocating or even desperate. Imagine this. You're constantly texting her, asking how she's doing, offering solutions to problems she hasn't even asked you to fix. You think you're being supportive, but what you're really doing is sending a message that says, "I need you to validate me." This over-caring behavior often pushes her away because it disrupts the natural balance of attraction. Women are instinctively drawn to men who are independent and self-assured. When you place her on a pedestal, always prioritizing her needs and emotions above your own, you unintentionally lower your value in her eyes. Think about it this way. Have you ever been so available to someone that they started taking you for granted? It's not because they're a bad person, it's because human nature craves what feels exclusive and unattainable. When you stop caring excessively, when you stop giving away your attention so freely, you create an emotional vacuum. Suddenly, she starts to notice the silence, the lack of texts, the absence of your constant support. It's in that space of uncertainty that her feelings begin to resurface. But stopping over-caring isn't about becoming cold or indifferent. It's about recognizing that your energy is a gift, not something to be handed out freely without reciprocity. You're not abandoning her. You're choosing to respect yourself enough to focus on what truly matters, your own growth and happiness. Section 2. The psychological effect of letting go. When you stop caring, you trigger a profound psychological effect in her mind. It's called the scarcity principle. People value things that feel rare or hard to attain, and your attention is no different. When you pull back and let go of the need to control the relationship, her brain starts working overtime to figure out what's changed. Here's the kicker. The moment you step back, she doesn't just feel your absence, she starts questioning it. Why isn't he texting me anymore? Has he moved on? These questions aren't random. They're her subconscious trying to make sense of the new dynamic. When you were always available, she never had to think twice about you. But now you're a mystery, and the human brain is wired to resolve mysteries. It craves answers. This is why many women start noticing your absence more intensely when you let go. They replay old conversations, overanalyze your last interactions, and even look for signs of your attention elsewhere. But here's the thing, you're not doing this to manipulate her. Letting go is about freeing yourself from the mental burden of overthinking. It's about creating space for her to reflect on what she's lost, while you reclaim your peace of mind. Section 3. Rebuilding your identity. During detachment, when you stop caring about her, you create a powerful opportunity to rediscover yourself. Many men lose their sense of identity in relationships, becoming so focused on pleasing their partner that they forget who they are. This isn't just unhealthy, it's unattractive. The moment you let go, you free up all the mental and emotional energy you were pouring into her, and you can redirect it toward your own growth. This is where the magic happens. Start by asking yourself, who am I outside of this relationship? What are my goals, my passions, my dreams? Maybe it's time to pick up that hobby you've been putting off, hit the gym to improve your fitness, or dive into a project that excites you. Every step you take toward bettering yourself doesn't just benefit you, it changes how others perceive you. Confidence and self-assuredness are magnetic qualities. Here's the kicker. As you rebuild your identity, she'll notice. She might not say it outright, but seeing you thrive without her forces her to reassess her own value in your life. Is he happier without me? Has he outgrown me? These thoughts can be incredibly powerful, and they often lead her to take action to reconnect. But the real beauty of this process, whether or not she comes back, is that you'll have created a version of yourself that doesn't need her validation to feel whole. Section 4. Signs she notices the shift. How do you know when she's starting to feel your absence? The signs are often subtle but deeply telling. Maybe she starts liking your old photos on social media, commenting on posts she would have ignored before, or even reaching out in ways she hadn't previously. These actions signal that she's starting to feel the shift and is now more attuned to your presence or absence in her life. This is the power of detaching and stopping the overcaring behavior. When you shift your energy and focus on yourself, it not only enhances your own life, but also creates a new dynamic in the relationship, one that can leave a lasting impact on both of you. Reaching out with vague texts. When she starts reaching out with vague texts like, "Hey, how have you been?" These actions aren't random. They're her way of testing the waters. She's trying to gauge whether you've truly moved on or if you're still emotionally available. But here's where most men go wrong. They see these signs as an open invitation to jump back into old patterns. They respond too quickly, too eagerly, and end up losing the ground they've gained. Instead, recognize these signs for what they are, proof that your detachment is working. Stay composed. Respond when necessary, but don't overinvest. Emotional independence and magnetism. By detaching, you show that you don't need her or anyone to complete you. When you stop caring, you take back your emotional independence. You're no longer waiting for her texts, her approval, or her affection to feel worthy. This shift in mindset isn't just powerful, it's magnetic. When she sees that you're thriving without her, it creates an undeniable attraction. She begins questioning her own decisions, wondering if she made a mistake by pulling away. But here's the most important part. By the time she notices your value, you might not even care anymore. You'll have built a life so fulfilling and rich in purpose that her presence becomes a bonus, not a necessity. This isn't about revenge, it's about growth. When you're okay without her, you don't just win her back, you win yourself back. Section 6. Why chasing never works. One of the biggest mistakes men make when they feel a woman pulling away is to start chasing her even harder. It feels instinctive. You notice her distancing herself, so you try to close the gap by texting more, calling more, or showing her how much you care. But here's the reality, chasing only pushes her further away. Why? Because chasing shifts the dynamic entirely. Instead of being a man of value and purpose, you start acting like someone who needs her approval to feel complete. As soon as she senses that neediness, her interest starts to fade. Women are naturally drawn to men who are comfortable in their own skin. Men who don't need to seek validation from others, especially not from a romantic partner. The moment you stop chasing is the moment you stop feeding her ego. You take away the power dynamic where she feels in control, and instead you focus on your own goals, passions, and happiness. This isn't about playing games. It's about reclaiming your energy and showing her, through your actions, that your life is full and meaningful with or without her. Ironically, when you stop chasing, that's often when she starts noticing you again. The absence of your pursuit creates space for her to reflect on what she's lost. When she realizes you're not waiting around for her, it can ignite a sense of curiosity and even regret that draws her back to you. Section 7. How silence speaks louder than words. Silence is a powerful tool, and in relationships, it can speak louder than any words ever could. When you stop engaging in constant communication, you create a void that she can't help but notice. This isn't about ignoring her or being cold. It's about allowing space for reflection. When you're always there, always talking, always responding, there's no room for her to miss you. But silence makes her wonder. It makes her think about why you're no longer reaching out, and it forces her to confront her own feelings. Is she okay with the distance? Does she feel your absence? The beauty of silence is that it works on multiple levels. For her, it creates a sense of curiosity and uncertainty. For you, it provides clarity and peace. You're no longer stuck in the cycle of overthinking every text or trying to decode her mixed signals. Instead, you're focusing on yourself, giving both of you the space to reassess the relationship. But here's the key. Silence isn't about manipulation. It's about respecting your own boundaries and allowing her to realize the value of your presence. Often, that realization comes not through words, but through the quiet power of your absence. Section 8. The importance of setting boundaries. When you stop caring too much, you're essentially setting a boundary, not just for her, but for yourself. Boundaries are a sign of self-respect, and they're crucial in any healthy relationship. They show that you're not willing to sacrifice your own well-being or values just to keep someone else happy. Here's the thing. Women are naturally drawn to men who have strong boundaries. It's a sign of confidence and emotional maturity. When you set limits on how much you'll tolerate or how much energy you'll invest, it forces her to respect you more. She sees that you're not a pushover, that you're someone who values himself enough to walk away if necessary. Setting boundaries doesn't mean being rigid or unkind. It means being clear about what you want and what you won't accept. When you follow through on those boundaries, when you show her through your actions that you mean what you say, it sends a powerful message. The truth is, people will only treat you as well as you allow them to. By setting boundaries, you're not just protecting yourself, you're also teaching others how to treat you. Section 9. When she comes back, stay grounded. Let's say your detachment works and she starts coming back. She texts you, calls you, maybe even suggests meeting up. It's tempting to jump back into things as if nothing ever happened. But here's the hard truth. If you don't stay grounded, you risk falling into the same patterns that caused the problems in the first place. When she comes back, it's crucial to maintain the same energy that drew her back to you initially. That means staying confident, focused, and self-assured. Don't immediately drop everything to accommodate her. Show her that while you value her presence, your life doesn't revolve around her. This isn't about playing games. It's about ensuring that the relationship moves forward in a healthy, balanced way. By staying grounded, you set the tone for how things will progress. You show her that you're not the same person who was overly invested or overly available. You've grown, and that growth is what will keep her interest alive. Section 10. The ultimate power of letting go. Letting go isn't just about her. It's about you. It's about freeing yourself from the mental and emotional weight of constantly worrying about what she thinks or feels. It's about recognizing that your value doesn't come from her validation, but from within yourself. When you truly let go, you unlock a sense of freedom and confidence that's incredibly attractive, not just to her, but to everyone around you. You're no longer chasing love or approval. You're living authentically and unapologetically. The ultimate power of letting go is that it shifts the focus back to where it belongs, on you. Whether she comes back or not becomes irrelevant because you've created a life that's fulfilling on its own. And that's the real win, not getting her back, but getting yourself back. Closing. Thanks for watching. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more insights on relationships and personal growth. If you want exclusive perks and content, consider becoming a member of the channel. See you in the next one.